you ask people like why did you adopt, it's as different as thumbprints. You know, everybody's story is different. We adopted because all our birth kids have blue eyes and blonde hair like me, so we needed a dark hair kid like me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, our little girl from China has brown hair like me, so
that's why I adopted. And also I tell people we adopted because our birth kids have allergies, and you and I were done with that,
right.
So we needed to do that. And they just give all kinds of whatever crazy answer I can give because it's complex. And I think that we just could provide a home, you know, for someone who needs a home.
And I'm on the board of the Wyoming Children's Society, so I was surrounded by amazing stories of families adopting and adopting again and adopting again, and they're beautiful stories of kids who have nothing, and then they get a family, a forever family.
Sarah and I had a conversation. We were dating, and we were just talking about family. We weren't married, we weren't engaged. We were just throwing stuff out, like what would you like to do someday with your life? We both wanted to have a family. We talked about maybe have a bigger family, you know, maybe more than the traditional two, you know, kids. And we finally talked about adoption. That would just be something that we'd both be interested in. And it wasn't like a goal or something like this, so like we're going to make sure this happens, but it was something that we both were interested in helping maybe someone have a better life than maybe what they would have. There's 11 million kids in orphanages globally. And then you have foster program in the US and all these different pieces, but the opportunity to make a difference for one, you know, kind of resonated with both of us.
I should say right when Dane was born, we decided that's when we'd start the adoption process for Iya, which is a good thing because it took almost 3 years to get Iya.
Yeah, a year of paperwork alone.
It was a year of paperwork and then a 2-year wait after that. Brant was much shorter, but Iya took a lot longer.
International adoption, on average, is between $25,000 to $35,000, and part of that, keep in mind, is the trip to China, because you have to fly there and get the baby. But a lot of it also is just paperwork. The number of things that you have to go pick up, that you're taking over to the Secretary of State's office to get stamped, that then you have to send to the embassy, that then you have to send to the Department of Immigration. All of these steps all require extra work, extra money, extra things. And then at the time, there was a wait list. So we put in for adoption for a little girl from China.
And I knew it was going to take a while, but I didn't want my kids to be really far apart. So, and then now, we got Iya when she was 22 months, and Dane is about a year and a half older than Iya. So they're all pretty close. And then we have a really big gap between Iya and our youngest.
Which is why we'll adopt again, and then we'll have, no.
We'll fix that problem.
That was a thought process, I think, because we heard that it would be a year or two. There were 2 years between our boys. And so we thought, well, then we'll have 2 years from that. So that's why literally that planning process began at that point. But you have to go through this process, and it's emotional. And you're saying that this is not something that I want. And what we did is we took on things that we felt we were capable of. Things like a cleft lip, cleft palate, maybe a heart murmur. We took missing digits on a finger. Things that we believe we could treat medically and have a long life. There are good people and great people. We're just good people. Great people are the ones maybe who are going to take on maybe some of these stronger mental issues. You know, and Sarah and I just didn't think that we were ready to essentially have a child for life. You know, if they have some of these serious mental developmental issues, at some point that we would like our children to adult. And so we took the things that we thought that we could take on. And that's when we found and matched with Iya.